Hi, my name is Louis Beanie, and this is my LB370 visual presentation for my career project. For this semester, I chose to explore the career path of a GIS analyst, or Geographic Information Systems, and really geospatial careers in general, because the field can vary so substantially even once you're in a position. A GIS analyst works within the geospatial field, and the job or jobs in this industry can be highly variable. The main component is analyzing spatially distributed data to answer some kind of question or provide guidance for anything distributed across the Earth. This can include everything from digitizing old cadastre maps in foreign countries or locally, or for property lines, to census data about who lives in individual neighborhoods. There is also a hard science side of the industry that has to do with landforms, earth processes, and climates. However, for the scope of this project, I was more interested in the human geography side. The individual that I have interviewed has worked extensively in almost all the different categories within this field, all over the world. I interviewed Steve Leese. He has worked with government organizations and NGOs on a variety of different projects in the geospatial field. He is an associate professor at CSU and has worked on worldwide projects from West Africa and throughout Asia. He teaches a number of courses at CSU now, all across the geospatial field. He also is one of the leads on a project called the Earth Archive, which attempts to be the first group to accurately map the entire planet at a one-to-one scale. One of the biggest components for getting a job in the field that we talked about was finding the right combination of targeted education. This could look like a number of things, but the two main ways were either a graduate school program or through an accredited institution that gives certificates in really specific areas of study. The graduate program was the most highly recommended by Steve because of the potential for better competitiveness in the market as well as a much higher entry salary. This was a huge emphasis because he said that most people going into the industry are going to have graduate degrees now, and you really are competing for those better jobs. The biggest shock that I had in the interview was learning exactly how you're going to do the job out of school is not 100% necessary. Instead, focusing on just getting that initial experience and understanding what tools are actually at your disposal is the main purpose of your undergrad. Not necessarily how you're going to use those tools or the exact specificity that you're going to apply them to your job. We talked about what skills you need right away, and that is an ability to think creatively and be able to extrapolate data in new ways or with limited resources, which is one of the major ways that the liberal arts college here has really helped me think critically in all of my actions. One of my concerns about working in a technical field was how quickly the actual hardware can change, but that seemed to be not an issue when we discussed about it. He said once you're in the field, it's a lot easier to just follow along as new tech comes out. The real challenges that Steve talked about is the social component, both in the people that you work with, as well as the nuance in dealing with the social science. As far as working with people, many are unwilling to change and resist new ideas and programs that are brought in that may be necessary for the job that needs to be done. And it's always hard to get people to uptake new technology and new ideas when they've been doing one thing in a really particular way for a long time. There are an immense number of jobs in type and quantity within the GIS and analysis field. From watching lectures in class and realizing that not all the jobs available get posted on job boards, I've decided to head down an alternate path of getting my master's in teaching and doing an alternative licensure program. Going through the steps to research this field has been very informative, and the informational interview process has helped me become more confident in my professional interactions. Even though I may be headed in a different direction, it is nice to know what's out there, as well as knowledge on what I would need to do to get into the field if my plans change and I end up looking for this industry again. Here's my works cited, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know. Thank you, and I've extremely enjoyed this class.